simpleness of what you're trying to do is all by design. Just you build off of certain principles, and you know, I think the complexness comes in its execution. Does that make sense?
Sure.
We're better off having 11 guys knowing what to do, and the guys that we're playing against know what we're going to do, than having 2 or 3 guys know exactly what they're going to do and it being real fancy and complicated. College football is unique in the fact that you have a 20-hour rule, and you can't have more than 4 hours with the players a day, and that is with lifting, meetings, and practice. And so you can quickly see how you can't have more than 4 hours with them a day, and you have to give them a day off. 6 times 4 is 24. So you can't have them 4 hours a day every day, as opposed to the NFL where it's unlimited. There's a lot more time. So, you know, you have to be able to utilize your time wisely. You have to be able to have a plan that can be executed, and a plan that guys understand each other. And it's not just one player that has understand his position. The better your team is, the more that player understands everybody's position on the field, and it's hard to do that with you know, a real thick playbook. So you know, it's I would say that it's pretty easy to grasp, and that's a good thing. I'm glad he said that.
And Ryan Slope said y'all don't even have a playbook, correct?
No. Nope. Just something for somebody to pick up and put on the internet.
Instead, I went to an auction on Sunday, and you can make thousands of dollars by autographing those and selling them.
Graphing and selling what?
Those playbooks for individual games.
Yeah.
Just something to think about.
That's why we don't do it.
How much has Cliff Kingsbury grown since he first joined your staff in '08, and then also since he first became a coordinator for you?
Yeah, he's continued to grow. I've said along he is a really dedicated, hard-working guy. You know, he's one of the first guys, probably the first guy in the office here every day. Always looking for new stuff, new wrinkles. Does a great job with the growth of all the quarterbacks. You know, there's a lot of things that go into organization of the staff, and there's different ways to do things. I think he does a great job of utilizing our staff. We've got some guys in that room who have done some things at all levels, you know, and tremendous amount of respect that they work together. But ultimately, you got one guy that's got to make some tough decisions, and he's grown through that. And you know, you can't have a bigger stage than we've been on, than we were on Saturday, or we've been on a bigger platform than we've been on this year. So, you know, he's continued to grow. He's handled it. You know, with that, it's like we said. You know, you get a lot of credit and you get all the blame. That's part of the job, but I think the kids understand him. I think the kids, he makes it fun. He's very, very critical of guys, but I think they understand that he knows and we know what it takes to win football games, and that's what leadership's all about. He's got all the intangibles and all the it factor. He's going to be a great head coach one day.
Coach, how much has Manziel grown this season, and are you ever surprised at what he can do on the football field?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we get to see him in practice, so it's kind of like your question about even about Cliff. There's a lot of plays out there that we see in practice that you guys never see. That you think some of the ones we ran Saturday were kind of screwed up, goofy looking. You ought to see some that out there about 5 o'clock tonight that never make it to the field. But you know, you get to see Johnny do some things. I think where he's grown, as I said, was the spring. he was extremely careless with the football, and he'd make a great play and then you know, and give it to the defense. And you know, he's done a lot better job of handling the football and taking care of it and still creating offense. You know, you look at a couple of throws he made, you know, the vertical, the slope, you know, late in the game, and Cliff, and our understanding of him a little bit more, moving him out of the pocket, throwing a wheel, a swope down the sideline. Those are great throws, and things that he's continued to develop mechanically. But that's hard to do during the football season. I think, you know, your greatest jumps at that position are between seasons. It's hard as a young guy to get dramatically better week to week because of game plan, because of knowledge, because of all those things in mechanics. And the off season, that's where mechanics, where real film study, where all those kinds of things get better. So he has gotten better, and not only him, but you know, that's I said going into the game last week, and we were a different team week 10 than we were week 1, and that's him. That was a lot of people, and you know, and that's coaches too. You know, you have to have a feel for what your players can do and what they can't do, and it's hard to do that as a new staff and in 2-a-day practice. People would say, well, you ought to be able to know that a couple of weeks of practice. You don't really know what anybody's going to do until the real bullets start flying, when pressure hits. And, you know, certain people will run from it, certain people will handle it. And so we've got a better feel for what guys can do and what they can't do over the course of the season. And, you know, it's a coach's job, in my opinion, to put players in a position where they can be successful and not ask them what to do. And I think our staff has done a really, really good job of that, offensively and defensively.
Kevin, does all that Heisman hype, from your perspective, is that something you acknowledge and embrace, or does it become a bother?
You know, it's like anything else. That comes with winning. And you know, as you win, you know, those types of things come for Heisman. Just a lot of awards come. You know, I was at the Home Depot Awards a couple of years ago. I didn't see very many losing coaches there, or losing teams, or players, or often losing teams. So with that, that's handling winning and handling those types of things. That comes with it.
Is with the full knowledge that you've been around some spectacular quarterbacks, is Johnny the best quarterback you've had, or the most dangerous?
They're all different.
Classifying?
Yeah, they're all different. You know, I would say Johnny is probably he is completely different than any of those guys, just because of his ability to move around and create offense, extend plays. You play extenders, but then, you know, he can do it with his feet and his arm, and he's really unique that way.